banning away the Varus here, I think into a Kalista you can still play the fresh Jinx, for example, right?
Yep.
I think that is completely fine. You can also go for the Kench, but personally I like the fresh a little bit more. Damwon Kia, though, they don't have to change anything. And hello, Canyon. Very happy to see that Zinzo, because I think it's an insane pick. And now if they lock in, you know, the fresh and the Jinx here, which I would not surprise me. That's kind of what that Varus pick signals, because Varus was ignored, right, in the last draft.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it doesn't make that much sense to me. And then you pick up Lulu, third here, and then you have Lulu, Viego, Xin, and I think the Damwon Kia is going to feel very good going into the second round.
Indeed. Well, we'll see if it does, in fact, happen exactly like that. So far, the script is being read by Nongshim. I just need to lock away one of those 80 carries that does like to be a bit anti-dive, and good old Aphelios is exactly that, right? You don't want to dive onto a Jinx, however, Aphelios is super happy about it, and there is the Lulu. So, Chronicler gets his wish, and let's see whether it works out here for Damwon Kia, who have now locked away what DRX actually debuted here in the LCK with the Xin Zhao Lulu. Where the Lulu is going is the big question here.
Yeah, I actually think a Kog'Maw Lulu is a pretty good answer, because this Aphelios kind of requires you to go for a pivot. I think that you should actually... Okay.
This is something that Ghost has been playing a lot in solo queue, is the Ziggs on the bottom side of the map. I believe we've seen Kramer playing it over in the LPL as well.
I really like that as well, because especially into the Aphelios Fresh, it's such a nuisance to play, right? Because Aphelios, as you already pointed out very well, his power is playing into champs like the Viego and the Xin Zhao, surviving, and then on the kind of rebound, absolutely demolishing you, right? Like he absorbs pressure, and then he throws it back into your face. And the Ziggs is the antithesis to that playstyle, where it's just like, I just sit here underneath my tower and spam bombs. And this would, yet again, set up Damwon Kia for a great last pick here. And what if... just as an idea.
Yeah.
What if that R5 Heimerdinger comes out, Atlas? Because I don't think as a
I'd love it.
Fresh, you're going to be happy about that one.
I'm even okay with Maokai again. Just give me more Maokai. Santa Maokai was one of my favorites. That being said, don't know whether it's going to be the greatest combo into the Thresh Aphelios.
Yeah.
As Docdarm thinking about grabbing the Rise, and he will lock that one in, likely going over to Gory, but could be rich on the top side of the map, I guess, theoretically. And that is Rumble as well. So, Rumble last pick on blue side is actually the furthest we've seen Rumble fall for quite some time, especially as the ban went over to the Volibear instead. And now we'll see where Barrel's going to go with this
Stop
one.
playing with my hard barrel. Oh my god, the Fiddlesticks hover? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, Malphite would make this comp like the most easy to play. There it is, the Donger, we got him! Yes. I really wanted this. We saw the Senna Lux, and it was terrible. Wasn't a big fan. Could have been the Heimerdinger. This is a champion that got nerfed, I think, because of Beryl. Just before, was it MSI or was it? Yeah, just
he played
before
it like
MSI.
once, and then Rai was like,
yeah, this is
can't
too
have
strong.
that.
Yeah, we'll take it away. Likely going to get stronger on 11.13.
Oh
right?
yeah, he.
So that's something to look forward to.
As it turns out, reducing the cost of an item by 200 is very good for any champion. Really.
Yeah.
Generally great. And I think that the response from Damwon Kia, the pivot in draft was actually there. And this is something that I'm happy to see. I think that Lulu, Lulu Xin, Viego combination, playing that into Aphelios, it feels kind of bad. But when you add a Heimerdinger and a Senna to that, it becomes a completely different story. I think it is a quite strong combination, and you will have so much more pressure in that lane. And if you can get the Aphelios on the back foot, and then snowball the rest of the map through that Lulu Xin Zhao combination, as well as the Viego that we've seen Khan plays exceptionally well, I think you have the possibility to really put pressure. Because I think late game, even with that Heimer Senna, it's going to be a rough one. Aphelios is just going to demolish you.
Yeah, I think it's also going to rely a lot on the Lee Sin as well, because I think that Rich is going to be instrumental in delivering one of these key carries into the open maw of this Nongshim team composition, which at short range eats you for breakfast. But we'll see whether that can actually happen here as we hop onto the rift for game number 2. Damwon Kia remaining on the red side as Nongshim have elected to head towards blue once again. It is Pirate Rise, one of my personal favorites. So that's definitely good, passing the skin test thus far.
Oh my god, the Heimerdinger skin is so good as well.
Yep.
And I'm happy you pointed that out because you mentioned the fact that Rich actually has a lot on him. Predator? Okay, Kellen, you are Predator fresh.
This guy wants
He's
to
ready
get
to
around.
go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I love that. I feel like leaving your Thalios alone into Senna Heimerdinger, it's a bit of a risk, as we maybe that was it. Oh, that's happening.
Damn, that's a flex. I like it a lot. As he's the mechanic as well. Underrated skin. I feel like this one, it's like Alien Invader most of the time, I believe. Here in the LCK anyway. I'm a big fan of that skin. However, this one also pretty cool.
Wow, that's actually disgusting.
Yeah, that is a pretty ludicrous leash. It's like Canyon just became Shaco for a second. Or Shaco, or whichever way you want to say his name. Thankfully, never gets played in pro play, so I'm not triggering too many people, but unfortunately, ran into it there.
You literally walked into it yourself.
Yeah, I know.
You can't blame anyone for that.
No, I'm not blaming anyone. Did I blame anyone? I think I blamed myself.
Well, yeah, but that's still blaming someone.
Oh, no, that's true.
As we look at the runes, we do see, as per usual, you know, the scorches of this earth coming through. A lot of cookies as well for either side. And I think if we take a look at what we might expect early on here, ooh, that is a really, really early movement from Peanut here. Not sure if he got spotted. And I don't think you want to go into the jungle against an enemy Xin.
No,
I think that's going to end well for you.
That's the greatest, especially when you can see Showmaker has priority here in mid. Top lane priority belongs to Khan as well. And therefore, if there were going to be any rotations over to help anyone out, it would be in favor of Canyon. So, we see Peanut head back towards his blue side jungle. And I think Khan is pretty confident on the Viego. What do you think?
Oh yeah, after the first game, he knows what he's doing, and he's also bullying Rich a lot. And I think that in the previous matchup, I could kind of excuse that because Akali's early game isn't that great. Viego, especially like at level 2-3, does a lot of pressure. But this is a matchup where you should actually be able to go relatively even, get the hook.
That's a big old hook. Barrel lit on fire as well, as the stun does connect onto Kellen. Peanut is down here, so Doctorm pretty dangerous right now. Grabs himself Graviton, but not going to be able to get in range. Beryl, who even holds on to his flash for the moment, has ran out, though, of potions, and will therefore not be able to walk past his minions again. Might have been an error just in general anyway, though.
Just a really nice hook. Kellen is generally exceptional at hitting those, because that's another benefit of... Ooh, Canyon is here.
Yeah, oh, the bait's so beautiful. But First Blood will still go over. Canyon's going to have to flash in order to grab the kill onto Rich, but even then, it's not going to be enough. He's waiting for Wind Becomes Lightning, but you can see Rich walking past his turret. Can he actually land this? No, it's just not going to happen, as Canyon desperately wanted to finish that off, but he cannot get under the turret. Disaster. Massive outplay from Rich.
That's Lee Sin's early game for you. So much pressure coming through here. And Khan clearly trying to bait it out, but the execute on the resonating strike are just too much.
Yeah.
That you can really do. Really just not quite as clean. If Kane is a second or two earlier, you will be fine. Doesn't get the final auto, so it is a really rough start here. And combined with Barrow also losing a lot of early game pressure, having to use his teleport this early on, it's looking good early on here. As take a look at the play coming through here. Really nice weaving as well as another engage.
Check this out towards the bottom side, as there's the flash out from Ghost. Don't know whether it's going to be enough, but the minions get in the way of any harpoons. Barrel's definitely dead, but they're only going to get one for it. As Nongshim will just shove this wave forward. They did use both of their flashes. Barrel still has his. Ghost is looking to stop Peanuts back here at the same time. So, Ghost will still get some experience, but Barrel will miss out.
There is a reason why this Fresh has been perma-banned from Kellen. He is so good at setting up these proactive plays, right? Because that was Kellen flashing. I haven't seen the play, and I assume we're going to see a little replay of it, but it looks to me like he went for the big flash play into a lantern on top of Peanut that said, "Thank you for the ride," and then they just blew a barrel.
Yeah, let's have a look at it again. Oh, this is the top wave again. We didn't get to see all of this replay, so we're going to have a look at it one more time.
And one of the nice things about Lee Sin, and now you can really identify like how other people are at the champion, is how they weave in their auto attacks. As God, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, that was
seeing Kane just stand there. As let's see.
Oh, with Doctom with the flash grabbing him.
Wow, that's even cooler actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Because then there is the follow-up, but it's Doctom that sets that play, and I don't think Aphelios Thresh is necessarily the strongest pick in them at the moment. I think it does really well into specific situations, but it does become clear why teams have basically perma-banded against these two, or one of the two at the very least, that Thresh, because...
And remember, this is Doctom's Aphelios. He was the Aphelios, right?
Exactly.
So, really good stuff. Okay. Good to see that Nongshim still got it with this duo on the bottom side of the map, which, as you pointed out, largely banned for the most part against these guys. Doctom has some pretty good weapons. He's just going to push this wave in pretty comfortably. Peanut looking to steal away this blue buff as well, as they do have a monopoly on the vision on this bottom side. 1 minute until the Herald does come up. Damwon Kia do have a lot of vision towards that top side, and foregoing the Dragon at this point in time, Peanut will be the one to grab it.
Even though Khan made a big mistake by getting killed there, he's still up like two and a half waves, and he has a cold.
It's the weird thing about a lot of Viegos that we've been seeing recently. It's just that they somehow materialize a 20 CS advantage. I think Keen did this yesterday.
Well, that's Keen. Like Keen is top lane trophy, right? Like Keen just kind of does that in general.
Yeah.
But I think it also shows the mastery of Khan on this champion, the laning prowess. Like yes, he got solo killed there early on trying to set up a play, and that was very overeager. But at the same time, the fact that you get solo killed and you're playing against an opponent with a lead, to then still outlane them while you have the call as well, so you will naturally like get even more ahead, is pretty impressive, and not something that I think as Nongshim you're gonna be very happy with. As wow, that's absurd rate.
Yeah, Ghost still has a pretty good one on this center, as Doctom gonna get chunked a little bit by said center. Barrel down here with the turrets in place. Feeling a bit more comfortable, close to having that cleanse available again for Ghost, but still waiting on the flash.
Post 6 it also becomes a lot harder to actually engage on this Heimerdinger Senna combination, because I think early game you don't really have to be afraid, but post 6 like the Heimerdinger can like put down the big turret, he can throw his grenade, and like both of those really ruin your attempt at engaging. They still won't go for it though, but Peanut will complete his back. I think that's a good call. I think you need to get to the top side of the map where Canyon is hovering and possibly looking for something, because this mid lane we haven't seen this Lulu utilized at all. And as Damwon Kia, I think we've now reached a point in the game where you do want to use her. Get her out of that lane, get her into some skirmishes, and enable Khan and Canyon.
Yeah. Speaking of those two, they are both here in the topside river, starting off this Rift Herald. Kellen a little bit late on the rotation over. I like to call this the Yone Thresh skin, because I just think it looks like Yone more than Thresh, but that's okay. Peanut gonna move on over. It does have the equalizer, but they're not gonna be here in time as Canyon moves back, actually decides that he wants to start off the fight. They have the wild growth available, as Canyon does also have the flash. So Damwon Kia back away once again. Khan looking for a way in as Ghost finally turns up. Dawning Shadow available, and Nongshim will back away.
You got the objective as Damwon Kia. There's no need for you to actually go in and risk.
Actually, Dawning Shadow wasn't available. Ghost is level 5. Never mind.
Yeah.
How?
Well,
I guess, you know.
They've had a rough early game, right? Like Ghost was bullied away from the turret, Barrel got taken down, so they are at a little bit of a deficit in terms of experience. And there is still a gold lead for Nongshim. It's about 1k gold, and you can sense that Nongshim, they were kind of looking for that, but at the same time, if you go in there,
it's actually totally fine that it's level 5. I just, my brain was somehow on a different timeline. I'm not entirely sure. I apologize, everyone.
I mean, it's not a problem, right? It's just I was giving you the explanation why.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't worry. You often try to help me out, and then I don't listen, and you're like, I'm like, what I told you, what are you doing, buddy?
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just keep it up. As Khan is getting ganked, he's going to have to flash over here. Heart breaks himself out, but he's going to make it to his inner turret. Will be denied a bunch of farm, though, as you can see underneath this turret. Will have his teleport available very, very soon, as Rich is going to grab his second plate up here.
Ooh, I think Khan really wants to teleport back, and he will. but it's 2 plates going over the Rich, and this is going to turn that gold lead into a 1.5k gold one, and also kind of offset the gold that Damwon Kia are going to be able to get with the Rift Herald. And that's the big one here, because with how the lane states are looking right now, I don't think Damwon Kia is going to be able to actually turn this early game Herald into a turret kill, right? And if you don't get the first turret blood, it really loses a lot of the value. Just 2 plates is not enough because you went for that, right? Kane at the back, Khan is a little bit lower. As Gory thought he was going to already start cannibalizing his jungle, but he's just helping Peanut out. He's just a good guy like that.
Like it. You can see Canyon moving towards the bottom side. 1 minute until the Ocean Drake, which is our second. It's either a Mountain or an Infernal Soul here in game number 2. Got my Cloud Soul today, so I'm happy. Don't need too many more of those. And you can see Canyon just moving around in the enemy jungle. See where he actually decides to put this Rift Herald. Only has a third of the timer remaining for that one. And it could be used in the mid lane to buy space in order to get control over this next Drake. Or it could be used bottom side to try and get Ghosted Barrel a little bit more money, which might be good. We'll see. As Moonlight Vigil comes down, Dr. Arm finds yet another snare as in goes Kellen. Barrel's in way too much trouble and he is going to die. Dawning Shadow not quite enough to take down Kellen, and Dr. Arm will be able to use those close range guns to destroy the Senna. And Canyon not able to get down here in time.
And it sort of repeats to the problems that Damwon Kia faced at the beginning of this split. And it's, again, the exact same setup. Doctor flashes, gets the Graviton. Callan this time doesn't even need to hit the hook as long as he is within range. They almost get the kill. They almost make it out alive, but almost doesn't really get you anything, Atlas, as it is the second Drake going over. I think Ghost was on like 25 souls, which 12 minutes in isn't very heartwarming, and is a little bit of cause for worry to go in here.
Yeah, Gory's in a lot of trouble. The Whimsy did come down. Teleport, though, is going to buy some space for the Rise, as Canyon looking to try and get out there with the Crescent Guard. Wild Growth used very defensively. Great parting as Showmaker able to run out, but Canyon may not be so lucky as he's just getting burnt down. Peanut's very strong, but Canyon will be able to grab the shield, gets over the wall, but Showmaker dies for it. Beryl gets under the turret. Rich able to get out with a beautiful lantern from Kellen. And Nongshim are once again winning the fights up against Damwon Kia. It's now 6-0 in these kills.
And the problem is that while that was happening, the timer was running out for Canyon. So this Rift Herald getting literally nothing. Ghost is going to die.
Oh no, and Shirley's just going to watch. Oh, it's a disaster here for Damwon Kia. I mean, we're in like perfect game pace for Nongshim. What's going on?
It all starts for the second time with this play. It's Doctor that sets it up. It's the ultimate. A really nice turret there by Barrel, but it's the long range engage, because as Ghost and Barrel, it feels like you're safe, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes an ultimate, then there comes an equalizer, and then this is just desperation from Damwon Kia. They look for Gory, and I think that if you blow him up there, then you might be fine, but now you're just trying to disengage from a composition with so much mobility and lockdown. There's a really nice ultimate from Gory here to make sure that they can't actually run away, and then Canyon gets, or it's Showmaker rather, that gets hit there by the Sonic Wave. The follow-up is damage is just too much. Barrel is super low, can't really get anything done because they're already behind. There's nothing that they can really find in terms of return kills or anything, and then goes standing here. Equalizer is available again because it's Rumble.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we do have another pause. Rich has a slight monitor issue. We were talking
on a big mistake coming through from Nongshim, and that is possible, but not likely with how Nongshim have been playing. I think Nongshim went falling behind on one of our weaker teams, but we have seen that they actually know what they're doing in a mid to late game situation. Generally, if they are not down X amount of turrets, which clearly right now is not the case. And if we look at the item spike for Damwon Kia, nowhere near where they want to be. No Mythic for Barrel or Ghost, who have been really bot gapped by Doc Dam and Callan with some nice attention from Peanut. And then Showmaker's had no impact, and it's not his fault.
He's Lulu.
He's Lulu. and you will never get prio against the Ryze post a certain point, which we have already passed. And you're trying to enable anyone on your team, but if your top lane's behind, your jungle is behind just because of the amount of kills that Peanut found, and your bot lane is something that you'd rather not think about. So it's not great.
Is turtling an option? I don't think so. I feel like the scaling question is also one that Nongshim are pretty okay with.
Yeah, I think you can actually turtle really well just because like the Heimerdinger combined with the Lulu, like your wave clear is pretty decent. Later in the game it becomes a bit more of a problem, but
that's what I'm sort of saying is like, what are you turtling for?
Well,
so you can lose slower?
Yeah, because at some point you're gonna reach item parity just for like the sheer amount of time passed.
Based on the amount of item slots that you have.
Yes,
that's how you do it.
Well,
but then if you fight with even items, if you fight with even items, do you win?
If Nongshim make a mistake, yeah. I'm not saying it's a good plan. Generally, you know, we try to formulate a plan. In this case, the plan is not good. It's not a great plan. You should have not been in the position where you needed this plan.
All right.
But if I had to provide a plan, it will be turtle, wait for Nongshim to overforce, maybe Rich jumps in 1v5, maybe Gory gets a little bit hyphy with a Realm Warp.
I got a plan.
And go from there.
What about time travel? Ban Thresh.
You expect me to entertain that notion of time travel?
Yeah.
Do you see an echo in this game?
No.
And how are you going to make it feasible?
That's because he's busy building the time machine.
Oh, I was right in front of us all along. Oh my god. I'm sorry, that's on me.
Why are we wasting time on this timeline that is not going to exist soon?
I think that's what Damwon are thinking. It seems more likely than any alternative plan they might have at this point in this game state, because it is dire. If you hadn't figured out,
it's a bit of a fight here as Khan is just demonstrating that Viego has some pretty cool sustain, as you can see. Rich, who's 3-0, and struggling to win out on that.
And that's an auto-attack based champion into someone with plated steel caps, and he's still like, I think he probably wins that all in.
Yeah.
Which is just disgusting.
It's not exactly what you want as Nongshim. However, they still have this game at a pretty good position. Perfect game still on the cards. Canyon may not actually be allowed to grab this blue buff, but does manage to win the Smite War against Peanut. As Nongshim looking for Soul Point, Damwon Kia not going to be able to give this one up without a fight anyway. Let's see whether Nongshim can brute force it as Gori looking to get that push on. Rich still towards that top side. Very close to having the teleport, but it's not quite available as there's the equalizer. Peanut looking to make this one a 50-50 as Beryl from over to the side. They're not going to be able to lock down the Drake, but can they win the ensuing fight as now Rich comes in with that flanking teleport, but they're slightly out of position. The kick, he wants to get it onto Ghost, but he's not able to quite get in there as Khan flashes on over, and Ghost will finally get taken down as that Realm Warp was ridiculous from Gori. Peanut grabs that kill, and now Nongshim are just padding the stats. Showmaker's dead underneath this turret as well, as Rich is able to tank forever, and that sad B actually isn't very sad. Those are tears of joy as they smash that team fight. Still, Damwon Kia without a kill.
The heist movie was a success for Damwon Kia. They find the dragon, only to then find out that they were the one getting heisted. The teleport here in of itself isn't the biggest issue. It's this Realm Warp that's about to come in here from Gori, because giving up Khan, kind of whatever, but that kick, sure. But then for Peanut and Kellen and Gori to just come in like that, there is nothing you can do. And if you give up 1-2 kills there and you stall the timer for 5 more minutes, you might call that worth. This case though, giving up getting a Drake for 4 kills is not worth it whatsoever.
I'm going to say that's trading down. As there's another equalizer. Gori is going to be absolutely fine. Dawning Shadow does about nothing, and Khan's dead. On that bottom side, it's a 9,000 gold lead prior to 20 minutes, which I'm going to say is very close to being insurmountable at this stage. And at the moment, it is Nongshim's game to lose. If they manage to find a way to throw this one away, we're going to be upset about it, I think, because this is all but in the bag. As Baron is going to spawn now, Rich makes his way back towards the top side of the map. 4-0-4 for Rich, 5-0-5 for Peanut.
Oh god,
it's a powerful top side of the map right now.
20-minute mythics, Atlas. 20 minutes first mythics.
Oi.
You know what Doctum just got?
What did he get?
Second item, even though it's a rune dance. You know, Gory? He just finished his Archangel staff. It's like the high school reunion.
Yeah.
And you're looking at everyone else like, oh man, they have their life like together. And we're just here talking about video games. Like, oh no, too much reality.
I don't know, I'm okay with it.
Well, no, I personally love it.
Yeah. Maybe it's them looking at us. No,
Maybe it's a better way to look about it. I thought it was okay, but
I think I went to my 10-year high school reunion.
we did.
Yeah, it wasn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be, actually.
I don't think it ever is.
Yeah.
That's the lesson, the real lesson to be learned.
I thought it was going to be cool, like seeing what everyone's been doing, but it's often just not as much change as you're expecting.
Maybe it's the 15-year reunion. Maybe that's the real kicker.
Ooh,
20.
Does anyone do those? I think maybe 20-year reunion might
I guess
be a
20
thing.
makes more sense.
I'm sure there's not a lot of people that know very much about that in the chat at the moment, given the age demographic.
For esports, yeah.
I think having anyone that's been to a 10-year reunion is probably going to be pretty lucky.
Yeah, I think it's more likely that they're actually still in high school. Oh, Nongshim. You're up 10k gold.
I apologize, by the way, Collective. I don't want to make assumptions or anything like that.
If you're, if you actually have been to a 10-year reunion and you're watching LCK, power to you.
Yeah, there we go.
It's even cooler.
When's yours? You haven't been to one yet, have you?
I guess it will be next year.
Next year.
Next
Ooh,
year.
Very exciting.
Yeah. I don't think I'll go.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know if you do decide to go, whether it's all that interesting.
I will.
Mine was a bit of a letdown.
I will even share it, with the chat.
Oh,
at that point in time. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Everyone watching.
Hopefully, you can actually let us know on stream.
That's the plan. Yeah. Oh god.
That's a lot of damage there from Gory.
Oh,
There's a reason why we're talking about high school reunions and not this game. It's a 10,000 gold lead. Phenomenal hook there from Kellen. Very dead Diego. And 40 seconds now of 4 versus 5. As defensive vision has been employed by Damwon Kia. There's 30 seconds until the Infernal Soul is available. Yeah, you want that time machine now?
Oh god, to go from that great Damwon Kia first game to it's not a perfect game anymore. Okay, just putting that out there.
Yep,
they got
true.
a Drake.
Drake. Yep. There we go.
That is, however, also probably the only thing. It is. I thought the draft was cool from Damwon Kia, but it was a colossal bot lane gap turned into a gap on the rest of the map. You know that.
Ooh.
Oh,
Not exactly the hook that you want, as Canyon is going to get on in there. Equalizer is decent as Canyon flashes forward. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end, and I guess for Damwon Kia that is tolerable, but can they actually do anything now? The answer is absolutely not, as Gari's just walking forward like a steamroller, and the rest of the team take care of Khan once again. His not grey screen lasted a lot shorter time than his grey screen did prior to it, and he goes straight back in there. As Nongshim will be able to grab themselves the Baron for free, as we'll check this one out one more time.
I guess you go for this. Trying to find a Hail Mary engage into this composition. I don't even know. I mean, you have to do something.
It's a losing play. However, when there are 0 winning plays, sometimes it's better to just make a play.
Yeah, but I still think that there are... Wait, what? No. No. They're going to die, and that's going to be the end of the game. They're not going to get... Are they going to get this Drake and then die? Well, how are they getting this Drake?
Fellows is a very long way away. That's a kick onto Ghost. He's real dead. The Drake will go over to Damwon Kia, but they will have to trade everybody's life. God, Rich does too much damage. That Lulu was evaporated. My goodness.
Maybe Nongshim doesn't realize that they can just push the end.
Yeah. Maybe.
They haven't realized it yet.
I mean, they are at least pushing on this bottom side. I don't know what Doctum's doing. Is it?
There we go.
Over the wall they go. As Khan's going to Heartbreaker, but also die. As yeah, that's oh, angry B from Gori. That is not the rich way. He's a very sad B-boy, but Gori is going to throw down that angry B. Like that one a lot. Sadamumu, of course, is just Sadamumu's just wrong, isn't it? It's just a Mumu. Nongshim will break the base. Bottom side and mid. Peanut getting the work done here on the top side. I think you're right, Chronica. I think they could have just won the game. But instead, they've decided to set themselves up so that they can win the game better in the future.
I am normally all for safe play. I'm a big fan of taking it. They're 22-1.
Yeah, and it's a 20,000 gold lead at 25.5 minutes. Like,
with this composition!
Remember, this is a food company. And so playing with your food maybe is a little bit in the contract for Nongshim. It's a stretch, but I'm throwing it out there.
I mean, now that it has been raised, I need to entertain the thought.
No, you don't.
Oh god, yeah, that you can just end at any point that you decide to end, you can.
Yeah.
Nongshim.
Well, Canyon, as the Russell Crowe Gladiator skin, is looking to try and run away here. Ghost is there. But Ghost is going to live up to his name, I feel, because he's stuck in an alcove with absolutely nothing that he can do. Yeah. Canyon Crescent guards and dies. Dr. Arm is just going to walk at Ghost, and Ghost will die as well. Rich is going to find Khan, and Khan, you guessed it, he's going to die also, as Beryl is a mechanic.
Oh, this game is breaking me. Please end Nongshim.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty dunzo as Rich teleports somehow. It's a visual bug. Maybe a result of his monitor being broken. Not entirely sure. From that pause earlier, and Nongshim will casually wander into the enemy base and take down the Nexus.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
This was an absolute shellacking. I know it's 27 minutes. The definition of shellacking as set by Spawn was at 25 minutes. However, this game should have been over at 23 minutes, so